Hurricane Beryl has kept the Met Office busy tracking her journey from across the Atlantic into the Caribbean. And now we have a manager of weather services at the Met Office, Rohan Brown, and he's made a quick stop before he heads into office to give an update on projections and expectations for Jamaica and Hurricane Beryl's path towards the island.
Morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning. How are you gentlemen this morning?
We're well.
We're pretty good. It's July. Why is a hurricane here?
Well, the atmospheric conditions, warm sea waters, La Nina, and also weak shear would have had the development of tropical cyclones. And of course, this is a major category for hurricane.
You used a Spanish phrase a while ago, La Nina. It's a weather phenomenon, but for viewers at home who don't understand?
It's just a climatic system that allows the Caribbean to have weaker shear, to have more rainfall and more convective activity, and hence the development of more tropical storms during that period.
You said category 4. What's the latest and what time would that latest?
All right, so the latest is at 7 o'clock just now. The latest position is 16.9, 75.3 west, or about, say, that's 140 kilometers east-southeast of Morant Point. So as it is now, you will be getting a little rainfall. The rainfall will gradually increase and get more stronger as we go throughout the days. And within the next 3 to 4 hours, you could be getting some storm force winds, and then after that, hurricane force winds.
It is going right over us, underneath, beside us.
So the projection is that it will go along the southern coastal line. So as it is now, from the 7 o'clock forecast, it is supposed to go along the southern coast. So the eye itself will go along the southern coast. But if that is the case, it means we call something called a top right quadrant. And that is the area of the eye wall that has the maximum impact or the maximum weather. And as such, if that is the case, that maximum area will come across Jamaica. And of course, we'll get dangerous winds, we will get significant rainfall, storm surges, and it will be a tough one.
We were talking this morning when Garth was saying the southern, and I was saying Central Elizabeth, and he was saying something, well, I was wrong. Mm-hmm. So exactly when you say the southern, where in Jamaica
so
exactly? That
it's going to go along Clarendon, St. Catherine, Manchester, St. Elizabeth. That's where the eye itself is projected to pass along the coastline of southern parishes. However, because of that area of maximum impact, the eye wall is going to be over Jamaica, we're going to get some significant rainfall, thunderstorms, and of course, storm surges.
And the hurricane force winds?
Hurricane force winds, definitely.
Also this morning, we used the word rapidly, and I suggested that that's good news if it's moving quickly. If it continues to move quickly, and I'm not saying it is, but that's what we read this morning, how long would it stay in our area?
So it is moving quickly, and up to around Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, the eye should be west of Jamaica. However, as you can see in satellite imagery, it is a large system. So even when the significant portion moves off, we still will be getting some gusty winds and strong rainfall. And therefore, probably about till midday Thursday, we would see a bly.
So from now until midday Thursday,
we need to be prepared.
We're right in it.
That is correct.
Now, comparisons have been made to like Hurricane Gilbert, which was a category 3 when it got here. That eye made landfall, went right across the country. In this particular instance, as you pointed out, the eye is moving south, just south of Jamaica. What should people be most concerned about? I mean, obviously the rain, but what else should we be most concerned about?
Everything. The rainfall. And that can cause flooding, landslides, right, mudslides. Strong winds can move debris that could be missiles, and therefore the strong winds is a factor as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, you could, if you're on the coast, storm surges, because sometimes most of the death that occurs is from the water hazards, and therefore storm surges, flooding are critical, and flash flooding at that as well. So those are the hazards that need to be paid attention at this moment in time.
Now, Beryl is a record-breaking hurricane. Beryl is here early. Beryl is big. Yeah. Beryl is powerful. What would account for, you did mention like La Nina and other climatic conditions, but what else could account for July producing something like this?
Well, earlier in the year, we were talking about the record warming of the waters. And that warming itself provides the engine and the energy for the development of tropical cyclones. And the warm sea surface temperatures and low wind shear are the two dominant factors that would allow for the early development of the system.
On that matter of wind shear, explain that as well for viewers, because it is the wind shear that has somewhat affected the path, the projected path over time, and probably has reduced the intensity because it was a Category 5 a couple of days ago, and now it is Category 4-ish, because it's still very powerful.
Sure. So from the surface up to around 5,000 feet, you have winds blowing. And in this case, they're westwardly, and therefore the system is coming from the east. So that interaction would have slowed it down a little bit, weaken it a little bit. However, the system is so powerful that it is negating the effect of the wind shear at this moment in time. So it is a powerful, dangerous Category 4 hurricane.
Can it get any weaker before it hits us, or will it?
I doubt it. Not at this time.
So it will hit us as a 4?
As the models are having it now.
Yeah. Any last minute advice, recommendations?
You should have already been indoors, be prepared, and as best as possible, stay inside, be prepared, and we'll get through this together.
So you're saying plenty rain, which
Right.
has kind of already started, that will continue and get heavier.
Exactly, and then tropical storm force winds first, and then hurricane force winds
I
thereafter.
know you can't be exact, but about what time we're talking about here?
Well, probably about 11, 12
Okay.
in that region, up
For
to
which
1
one of
o'clock. For the storm force winds, and then immediately after the hurricane force winds.
So once the breeze start blow up, problems.
It is.
What, the strength of the wind, what makes it a hurricane as opposed to a storm? Where does it?
So when it reaches 119 kilometers per hour, it transfers from a tropical storm to a hurricane.
Okay, where is it now?
They are 240 kilometers per hour.
Wow. Wow.
Major Cat 4
Yeah,
hurricane.
man, a real business.
Wow.
Real business.
All right, thanks a lot for coming.
Sure.
Manager, Weather Services at the Met Office, Mr. Rohan Brown. Up next, protecting the elderly and protecting our pets. Stay with us, please. Soon come.